Well, good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com, which is that you are great on this Tuesday morning. Welcome. It's Tuesday morning. Whew. Yesterday, I had a doctor's appointment. All my numbers, you guys who know that I am now um, a sim, a flight sim extremist at this point. I'm going to say this phrase to you, and you're going to get it. All my numbers are in the green. You love it. All my numbers are in the green. So it was a good appointment yesterday. Thank you very much. I'll be taking the 16th of February off. That's next Thursday. Next Thursday, I'm gonna name that day for me Memorialization Day. We've had a number of losses to our friends and family group here at my house, and I just said, you know what, enough. Next Thursday, the 16th, is a memorial service for my dear friend Shirley Huzar in Texas, and it's a perfect day to memorialize all the people that we've lost, my wife and I, and our friends and activist groups, uh, family. It's time. It's time to just take the day off and remember them and rededicate ourselves to doing the things that they would have wanted us to do. So we're going to do that on next Thursday. So make sure that you watch the show on next Wednesday. It's going to be pretty powerful program that I hope encourages everybody. All right. Today on the Morning Report, we're going to talk about my governor Ron DeSantis and Disney. And as a Florida resident, I've always felt a certain way about Disney. This is before the whole go woke, go broke thing. Always had this thing about Disney. And apparently my governor has also. We're going to talk about that when we get back. So hang on, check out the commercials, check out our spots list. And if there's somebody that you need access to, like my friend at Icon, let me know. Send me an email, write down in the comments there. And you're looking at getting an Icon A5, let me know. Hook you up. I can attach you to the person that you need to be attached to make that happen. Uh, and if and you know what's coming, Valentine's Day is coming. So please, fellas, don't make the mistake. Don't screw that up. Don't be going to 1-800 something or other. Don't do that. Let me get you to, if you are in the Tampa Bay area, let me get you to a real live florist. Please let me help you with that. Anyway, gonna take a little break. We're back with more of the Morning Report right after these messages. Well, hey everybody, my name is Willie Lawson, and you guys know that I do a lot of stuff on the internet. And you may think with what's happening on Twitter and what's happening on Facebook and what happened to Parler that the mainstream social media sources are really trying to rid themselves of conservative voices. And you'd be right. They most certainly are. Um, but you know what? It isn't as bad as you think it is. It's worse. But there are people who are willing to be platformed for free speech. One of those one of those places is freedomforum.website. Freedomforum.website. You can go there and speak your mind. So come join us. Enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the fun. If you are a true blue conservative, small businesses are near and dear to your heart. They are the lifeblood of our life and economy. I believe this, and that's why my florist is not a website or phone number. My florist is Blooming Days Flower Shop, Tampa's premier flower shop. At 11618 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa, Florida, and at 6835 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. Call Christine at 813-933-1942 and at 727-232-6900. She can also be reached on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. One of the things that I get asked most is where can I get information that is not tainted with liberal bias, especially here in the Tampa Bay area. Well, now I have the answer. tbctampa.com, a website by and for Tampa area conservatives. Tampa's leading conservative voices speak freely at tbctampa.com, and you can too. So join the fun and enjoy the freedom at tbctampa.com. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. All right, again, welcome back. My name is Willie Lawson. This is the Morning Report. Again, the Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. In a statement from Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, his office, they are explaining what will happen once the Disney World self-governing district is revoked. It is amazing. Before we get into this and why Disney is all upset, let me go and tell you what Disney has been able to do since the 1967 agreement with the state of Florida. They have a full self-governing status with a Disney Select Board. They have this area that they control. It is like this nation inside a nation. They have the ability to build airports and nuclear facilities. No, they are not building nuclear facilities at Disney World, but they could, and that's probably not the best idea. They can definitely build airports. They can build an airport. They have acquisition of property beyond their district's territory by condemnation and eminent domain. That means that they could expand using the eminent domain policy. They could just keep expanding, take over property that's not theirs, that they don't have to buy. Unilateral boundary changes. That means that they don't have to talk to anybody and make agreements with anyone. They could just expand. They could just change their boundaries. They have a no bid procurement of construction contracts. That means that if they want to build something, they just pick somebody. There's no bid. They just do it. They operating standards that varied from operating standards that vary from the Florida statute. That means that they don't even have to obey what is Florida law. They have exemptions from regulatory reviews and approvals that other companies must navigate. And this is my problem right here. That is my problem with the mouse. This whole thing started after Disney wrongfully accused the state of targeting the LGBTQ plus community when the law was passed to prevent educators from teaching children sexual content at early, in early grade school, like from kindergarten to third grade. The law, which you can read on fightbackmedia.com, you can read it. Just scroll down to the very, very bottom. You can read it. It's still there. I've had it up the whole time. Basically says, listen, we don't want you to be teaching my 7-year-old about transgenderism. I don't need you teaching my 6-year-old about homosexuality. I don't, especially when I send them to school. The Florida legislature will be passing the bill regarding what they're calling the Reedy Creek Improvement District during a special session this week. DeSantis' office is promising the new law will bring an era of accountability and transparency. In 1967, the Florida legislature created the Reedy Creek Improvement District, which we refer to as the district, which gifted extraordinary special privileges to a single corporation. Until Governor DeSantis acted, the Walt Disney Company maintained sole control over the district. This power amounted to an unaccountable corporate kingdom. It's interesting that a lot of people on the left that are so anti-corporatism will come to the defense of Disney. And Disney is supposedly the antithesis of what they mean, of what they support. Disney is the worst of the worst in the state of Florida of corporate welfare. The worst of the worst. Not only forget not paying the same kind of taxes, they have full control over everything they do. Full control. And the state can't tell them anything. It's kind of interesting. The power amounted to unaccountable corporate kingdom. Press Secretary Jeremy Redfern explained, Florida is dissolving the corporate kingdom and beginning a new era of accountability and transparency. Here's what the legislation is going to do. Now, before you hear all the weirdness, it will permanently eliminate Disney's self-governing status. Second, it will impose a state-controlled, term-limited board with members appointed by the governor on Disney and its properties. Third, it allows the state to impose taxes on Disney for possible road projects outside the district's boundaries. So, what y'all want, if you're not, lived around this kind of thing, is that because they are popular, that whole area where SeaWorld, Disney, Universal, not Legoland so much in that area, but those areas bring so many people that the outside infrastructure, especially traffic infrastructure, must constantly be renewed, revamped, repaired. And Disney is like, I don't know. Ain't got nothing to do with it. That's going to fall on that falls on the taxpayers. So, and these roads are so people can get to Disney. And yes, and SeaWorld and Legoland and Universal. Yes. It ensures that Disney pays the $700 million plus in unsecured debt, not funded by Florida taxpayers. 5, provide no control of the district to the leftist government in Orange County, which threatened to leverage the situation to raise the local taxes. So Orange County, the Orlando area, tried to have an end run, basically saying, "Hey, listen, we're responsible for you. We're responsible for all of Disney now, so we gotta raise taxes." This also prevents Disney from gaining more land, expanding by using eminent domain. It also creates an avenue to compel Disney to contribute to local infrastructure. If you want people to come, yeah, fork out a few bucks to help with this road project. Y'all got it, right? Florida's House Bill 1557, also that's misnamed the Don't Say Gay bill, should have never passed and should never have been signed into law. Our goal as a company is for the law to be repealed by the legislature or struck down in the courts. We remain committed to supporting the national and state organizations working to achieve that. We are dedicated to standing up for the rights and safety for our LGBTQ plus members of the Disney family, as well as the LGBTQ plus community in Florida and across the country. Now, Disney said that in a statement released last year. They're making it about that. But if you go ahead, please, if you go ahead and read what's actually in the bill, you too will have the question, what in the hell are they talking about? Does Disney really want people's second graders to be told about transgenderism? Do they really want their first graders to be taught by teachers about homosexuality and lesbianism? Do they really? Why would they want that? What does that have to do with the habits of adults that you would feel okay with explaining all of this to a 6-year-old? That isn't yours, right? Agreed. All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be back. And I want to sort of give you another upside of what this is all about, what this could be about. So we'll take a little break. We'll be back with more of the Morning Report right after these messages. Well, hey everybody, my name is Willie Lawson, and you guys know that I do a lot of stuff on the internet. And you may think with what's happening on Twitter and what's happening on Facebook and what happened to Parler that the mainstream social media sources are really trying to rid themselves of conservative voices. And you'd be right. They most certainly are. But you know what? It isn't as bad as you think it is. It's worse. But there are people who are willing to be platformed for free speech. One of those places is freedomforum.website. Freedomforum.website. You can go there and speak your mind. So come join us. Enjoy the freedom. Enjoy the fun. If you are a true blue conservative, small businesses are near and dear to your heart. They are the lifeblood of our life and economy. I believe this, and that's why My Florist is not a website or phone number. My Florist is Bloomingdale's Flower Shop, Tampa's premier flower shop. At 11618 North Florida Avenue here in Tampa, Florida, and at 6835 State Road 54 in Newport Richey. Call Christine at 933-1942 and at 727-232-6900. She can also be reached on the web at www.bloomingdays.com. One of the things that I get asked most is where can I get information that is not tainted with liberal bias, especially here in the Tampa Bay area. Well, now I have the answer. tbctampa.com, a website by and for Tampa area conservatives. Tampa's leading conservative voices speak freely at tbctampa.com, and you can too. So join the fun and enjoy the freedom at tbctampa.com. My name is Willie Lawson, and this is the Morning Report. All right, welcome back to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. This whole idea now that Disney has to play by the same rules as everybody else. We like to, a lot of people don't realize that, in Florida, there are a number of theme park giants. Universal Studios, SeaWorld. And if we think about SeaWorld, we don't really think about Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, Sesame Place in Virginia, and there's Sesame Place in California. Of course, the SeaWorld, and that's in San Antonio and San Diego, Orlando, the water parks, Aquatica. So there's like 12 or 13 SeaWorld parks around the country. So SeaWorld's pretty big. And then, of course, Universal Studios. It's also in that area. Now, you have this one entity, Disney, that has grown amazingly large and has been able to do incredible things because they don't have to play by the same rules as Universal and SeaWorld and Legoland. They don't. Imagine, think about it. If the company that you work for, the company that you own, got all the same benefits of a company like Disney, how could you dominate your competitors? You could dominate your competitors. And this is kind of what's happened in the area. What I'm hoping is that this puts everybody back on a level footing. And now competition can actually happen. And this will be good for employees, cast members, ambassadors, employees, team members. I think they universally call their folks team members, as well as guests, because that puts everybody on an equal footing. Each of the companies have to play by the same rules. And this is all that anybody who is the least bit conservative wants. Everybody's got to play by the same rules. Nobody gets an unfair advantage. Yes, this unfair advantage got shifted to Disney way back in 1967. And all that's happening now is this governor in 2023 is saying that's enough. You've had enough. You've had a big enough advantage for long enough. Now it's time to play by the same rules as everybody else. Basically, that's all. Alrighty. Well, thank you again for coming to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. The Morning Report, the production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.